Publish. It likes to mess with me. No, publish now. Okay. If you're watching this later, as soon as it pops up and says, do you want to publish? Yes. All right. Sorry, y'all. I needed a few extra minutes. I hadn't had time to get my sign for me pressed. So I had to do that real quick. Okay. We're going to be doing one of the sign and ribbon sets. This one. I think this has to be, it says welcome, by the way. This has to be one of my favorites. Okay, so I based the sign on this ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? So you see, that's how I came up with the sign. All right. So we have the black and white stripe with the little, I don't know if they're, I think they're roses. I think they're roses. I'm not positive. And then we have a green, a black and white, and a light pink. So this has light pink and dark pink, so kind of like hot pink and white in it. Now, we're going to do something fun. Okay. So I actually have 3 mesh. I have a light pink. This is that new fine weave mesh. Then I have a black and white striped because, yes, it matches everything. And then I have like 28-inch pieces of the hot pink we're going to put on the bottom. So I thought that would be fun. So, and we have one sleeping dog in the back because she must be present. I think that's good. Okay. We have a black work wreath. All of these here are cut at 20 inches. So all of the mesh that we're going to be using, the majority of, is cut at 20 inches. And we're going to do 2, really on the bottom we're going to do 3 in each one. Hey. And on the top we're just going to do 2, but who knows? We may even change our mind. Alright, so I'm going to open up the bottom before we get started. This is a 15/24 inch frame. That just means that the frame itself is 15 inches, but it makes, so tip to tip, like this, it's 24 inches. All right. Good, how are you? I am obsessed with this side. All right. We're going to be doing the double woodland ruffle / double cruffle. However you want to say it. Right. So when you're doing these, you want them to be upside down. So this is how your mesh comes off the roll. So turn it upside down. It'll want to roll in on itself, so you know you have it the right way. I like to just take something heavy, put it on the other end. So this is, I think, the last piece that came off of the roll. So it's going to be super curly. So this will be the easiest one to do. Okay, so I'm just going to curl it up a couple times, plop it in my Deco Mesh ruffle tool, do a couple on the other side, and go straight up. Then I'm just going to lay it flat like that. Then I'm going to do the second one. So I'm basically going to put them one on top of the other. Hello. So a good couple. Put that in. All right. Just like that, a good couple there. Go up. Push it down. This just makes it a little easier for me to stack it in a bundle. Now, we're going to take 2 of these. Hey, Cece. And these are 8-inch curls. So I'm going to put 2 in there. So we're going to have all the colors going. Cece, look at this sign. I'm obsessed with this sign. Oh my gosh, I love it. Really, it's pitiful. Okay. All right, then we're going to take 2 of our ribbons together. Fold them in half. These are cut at 12 inches. Okay. So I just pinch them in the middle and then just kind of get a little bit of curve going on. Place it down. Pull the whole bundle out. And place it down. So right in the middle where it was in the tulle, it goes in the wreath base. I'm going to spread out the ruffles a little. Now you can do them back to back like that, or you can do them on top of each other. So you can do them kind of back to back or on top. Either way works. Okay, so I'm going to curl in my little tie. See, even though this pink, we only have just a little bit of curl, it's almost going to give it the illusion like we have 3 mesh together. I mean, we do, but we don't have 3 cruffles together. We only have 2. But it can kind of appear that way because of the curl. So I thought that might be fun. All right, so let me show you what I mean by the back-to-back. Ooh, it would be pretty on a red bicycle wheel. Okay, so this time I want to put the pink on the bottom. So I'm just going to do a couple. Remember, you can put something heavy there. Go right up. Okay. Then do this one. The good thing is the mesh already wants to curl like this, so it's not very difficult. We might have to try that. I'll have to see if I can find a red wheel. Right. So like that. See? Now if we were going to put them back to back, what we would do is we would put them like this. Okay? And put it in like this. And then what you have is one alternating on the top and one on the bottom. So you can do it either way. So this is stacked. This is kind of, you know, one on top of the other. All right. I know you're excited. Put them back in here. So the mesh is cut at 20 inches, and then the curls on top, these are 8 inches. We're doing 2 of them. Okay. So whichever way you do it, it's still going to come out looking great. Okay. All right, and then we're going to put the light pink with the black and white in with this one. There. That. Pull it out. Down it goes. You're going to have so much fun. Cece is going to Hawaii. Doesn't that sound like fun? That's fun. I was there like a whole lot of years ago when I was young. Okay, there we go. So I'm not going to worry too much about the ribbons right now because they're going to get smashed as we go around. So we'll kind of deal with those when we come back. Isn't that right, Bella? She says yes. She didn't say anything. She's sleeping. I cut the ribbons at 12 inches. These are 20, and these are 8. You better take lots of pictures. Okay. So you just curl. I'm curling a good 2 times. And when I say 2 times, what I mean is that it's a complete 2 so that you can't see where it started. So it's probably a little easier to see on this one. Did you have to take stuff out? That's funny. All right. So look, this is 1. So you can see where that beginning is. So 2. So I can see the beginning is right up in here. So I know I have 2 full turns. That's how I do that. I love to fly. I don't mind flying at all. I had to fly so much with my work. I got real used to it. A lot. I'm a CPA, so there was lots of flying. It was flying everywhere. And driving. Lots of flying, lots of driving. Because I was a healthcare auditor. Although at the end I was a CFO, so that was a lot better. I still had to travel. But at least I didn't have to audit anybody. You're welcome. Okay. You see how nice and full this is when you do it this way? And this is just going to be really pretty. So it's going to pull out all of the colors from the sign. You could also do red in here because there is a tiny bit of red in here and in the sign. So you could do that as well. I am pulling the 2 bottom ones up against each other so that they will stay up and not, you know, squash down. I don't like that. I like them to stand up. Stand up and do their job. If you have mesh that has a tendency to fray or something like that, this is the method to use. Because you're going to be hiding any frays inside that curl. So it really works well if you're going to be using any kind of mesh that would have the potential to fray. This mesh I don't really think would fray a whole lot, but yeah, anywhere in the South, it's like if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes and it'll change. That's so true. I saw somebody had a post, it was hilarious to me. It said something like, we have the 4 seasons in the South. It's winter from like 12 to 6 a.m. And then it's like fall or spring from like 6 to 12. And then it's summer. And then in the evening it's fall. And they're right, because of the temperature changes. We'll shift like 40 degrees in a day. Pretty regularly. Until the actual summer gets here, and then it's just hot all the time. Just hot. Okay. This is pretty. I like, if it could just be spring or fall, I would be like so happy. What's y'all's favorite season? I did not wood burn any of the mesh. So with this kind of method, you really don't have to do that. You really only have to wood burn your mesh if you're going to be doing something where the edges are going to show. But this here, because you're doing a curl, you don't need to. So just saves you lots of time. Okay. Oh my gosh, it was 78 today and it's potential snow tomorrow. That's crazy. Yeah, I think it was 70 something today, and I think it's supposed to be like 32 in the morning and then like almost 80 by the afternoon. It's crazy. That's what happens here. We have crazy weather. I do prefer the cooler weather, but it's really hard on my parents, so that would not be a good thing for them. I got my mom some shots in her knees today, so I'm really hoping that is going to help her. So did I do pink? Yeah. Put it pink on the bottom. These two are cut at 20 inches. These at 8. Isn't this black and white so pretty? I've been holding on to it, waiting for just the right project. And then I saw that ribbon, and I was like, I know what I'm doing. I live in South Carolina, in the South. We get crazy weather. It's like, it can even be like on one side of the road it's raining and on the other side it's not. Yep. It's crazy. But we have summer like maybe 8 months out of the year. And then the rest of the year is kind of a combination of spring, fall, and winter. So sometimes we get 10 months of, well, maybe not 10 months, but maybe 9 months of summer. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, I did pull some of the florals I got from Festive Creations by Stephanie to add in as well. Look how pretty that's going to be. Isn't that pretty? Yes, ma'am, I will be listing them. I grabbed pictures of this. Oh, I did get a picture of the black and white meshes number. Hold on, I'm going to tell it to you. Okay, the black and white mesh is XB100510-21, metallic stripe mesh. And this is actually a side and ribbon set. I don't know if I said that. You know, when it's kind of dark and yucky in the winter, it can make you feel kind of depressed. Because it makes you feel like you don't want to go anywhere. Because who wants to get out? And when the sun isn't shining and everything doesn't look all pretty and blooming, it's just not as fun. Right? There are some things I really love about the summer, like how it stays bright much longer. I love that. Like, I want it to be sunny at 8 p.m., not dark at 5. That's depressing. I don't like that. Okay. I think so too, the pretties. Colors are pretty. This that same new mesh that we used from the Deco Exchange box. I just ordered it in pink. The black and white is actually different kind of mesh. It's a metallic stripe. So it would have a tendency to fray, whereas this pink one would not. You prefer 24 hours of dark? I don't want 24 hours of dark. No, no, no. I need some light. I may be a night owl, but I need sunshine. I grew up in the South. I need that sunshine. Oh, awesome. I like sunny. I just don't like hot. Okay. Ooh, hot, rusty. We had the time change. I really wish they would just leave it where it is right now and not do it again. Oh, you live in Goose Creek? I live in Lexington. Yep. Like, we're like right near the border of Gilbert. Yep. Well, I know where you're at. I can't remember where I bought the black and white mesh. It probably was from Craft Outlet. I want to say that's where it came from. Most likely that's where it came from. Usually if it's something a little different, that's usually where it comes from. Yeah, I like it too. Okay, let's see what we need to do. Yep, black and white. I have to check. All right. There we go. Okay. Pretty, pretty. There we go. Me too, thank you. I like the ribbon combination too, because it, or the mesh, because it matches, even the mesh matches our sign. So that's really what I wanted, was to pull all of the colors in. I like it a lot. Now I'm wondering if we should do the 8-inch curls on the top too. I really like it. I don't know. Bella is just a snoring logs back there. Oh, you live... Oh, okay, she lives... Yeah, I know where Chapin is. I did? Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, I have to tell y'all this. So last night when I was going to bed, I got a message from YouTube, and apparently my YouTube channel turned 8 years old yesterday. Can you believe that? It does not seem like 8 years. Does it seem like 8 years to y'all? It does not seem like 8 years to me. I was thinking, wow, 8 years? It's been 8 years? Oh my gosh. Can't believe it. And Zora was one of my first 50 subscribers. That tells you how long she's been with me. So, it's crazy. I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, wow, okay. That's kind of cool.
There you go.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Oh, probably should. Well, it's kind of early, so don't plug that in yet. Yeah, it's funny. In the first several years, I never showed my face. Like, I just didn't show my face. I only showed my hands. So, see, if you worry about doing lives and stuff, you can start with doing your hands. You will get the nerve up eventually. It's okay to do it like that. All my little curls want to come out at the same time. There we go. I really like it with the 3 colors a lot. I'm so glad. Okay, this one. What do y'all think? Should we put the hot pink up top too? This is the Deco Mesh Ruffle Tool. You can find a link in my bio, so just go up there and you will find it. It's just called the Deco Mesh Ruffle Tool. Okay. All right, there we go. So if you see me pointing, I was pointing to someone on TikTok, so they know where to go. There we go. Okay, so we need to do black on the bottom. So what did we decide? Did we decide yes on the hot pink? I think we should. Oops. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, stay down. There we go. There. There. I really like this color combination. It's very pretty. Don't you think? Yeah, it's very handy. I have a lot of trouble with my hands, so I created it to help with that, and it does a lot. I know, I miss Owl. So sad. That was awful. Just awful and senseless. every once in a while, something will pop up on Facebook or YouTube that reminds me of her. Sometimes when I make owl signs or something with an owl, I'll think about her. She was one of my very first group members. Owl was. There we go. Okay. Get our ribbons straight here. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love these colors together. Okay. Whoop. I know we have a bee kit to do. One of Stephanie's kits. I think it's a bee one. I think I have a cow. My niece, Turner, is coming in Wednesday to see us. So I don't know if I will, that's tomorrow, if I will be on or if I will put something up. Because I don't know, you know, what time they're coming, what time they're leaving. Well, I know they're coming for dinner, so they'll be here before 7, but I don't know how long they're going to stay. Are you doing the bee one now? Cool. Yeah, I've got it sitting over there. But I was dying to get my hands on this. But I want to do the bee too. So. Aha! Yeah, we'll make them all for sure. Okay. I love how that Amazing Grace one came out. That one came out really pretty. Thank you. I think so too. I love the colors. Oh, I will. I will. Let's see. It's a pink. You don't have to worry. I'll enjoy them. We have not seen them in years, right, Mom? Many years. They live up in New York, so we don't really get to see them very often, and can't really travel with Mom and Dad. That's just too hard. So we kind of have to rely on waiting for them to come see us. And so they're finally coming. So that'll be cool. That'll be good. There. Look how pretty! Alright, let's cut some more of the pink. Hold on. Let me set that. Okay. Where's my? There it is. All right. So I do 8-inch ones. You can just get more cuts if you do this way. You would burn what mesh? Was it one of those ones that I used recently? Oh my gosh, I hated that one. It was supposed to be like a jute or something. It was terrible. Every once in a while you'll get one that's just terrible. Let's see, that's 8. We need 16? Yeah. I also like to do this many because I can get 4. Because this is 36 inches. So, isn't it pretty? I know, I think so too. That mesh is so pretty. I love rotary cutters, but boy, you gotta be careful because you can slice your finger off with those things. Okay. All right, here we go. Now let's do the top. All right, so we're just gonna open this. Well, things are always slow this time of year. When it starts to be kind of after February, things start slowing down. And then they're slow till towards the end of summer. And then, yeah, you can wood burn fabric mesh. You just want to be careful. Remember, it's gonna give off fumes. Ooh. No matter what you use, it's going to give off a little fumes. So you just want to make sure it's in a ventilated area. So, that's all. You're talking about the wood burning. I gotcha. Some of them really need it, especially if you're going to do certain designs with it. So this is cut at 20, this one 20, this one 8. We're putting 2 of the 8-inch, and the ribbons are cut at 12 inches. Yep. Yeah, you want to be careful because some things will catch on fire. But you could try using the bag sealer. I wonder if the bag sealer would work better with the fabric stuff. Fabric mesh is not my favorite. I kind of don't like fabric mesh. I like how pretty it is, but I find it very frustrating to work with. Okay. You have to wood burn all. See, I could not wood burn every mesh. I would be nuts. You know, because it takes a little while, so I'm just not that patient. Oh, today is my sister's birthday. I just saw a message come through. Okay. All right, so when we put it on the top, we're going to spread it out just like we did on the bottom. And I just kind of lift it and make sure it's not squashing on the bottom. And I'm going to spread out my ribbons so that we can see them really well. So kind of a crisscross. Yeah, it is a Deco Mesh Ruffle Tool. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. See, we need to do pink on the bottom. Really? That's so funny. Your sister's birthday is today. Mine too. That's funny. My sister is older than me. I was kind of a surprise. Like, I think my parents thought they were done. And then I came along. So. But that's why my niece is coming. They went to see my sister for her birthday, and they're stopping by here on their way back. So that'll be fun. Glad to see them. Haven't seen them in a long time. So. Rotary cutter came right off of Amazon. Yeah. Okay. I love this ribbon. This looks very Victorian to me. Does this look very Victorian to y'all? I think it does. Thank you for sharing my live. Yeah. It does, right? It does kind of look like that. I think so too. Yeah, see, my sister is 12 years older than me. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, see, my sister's 12 years older, and then I have a brother that's 9 years older and a brother that's 7 years older. So, they were like through all the baby phases, and then it was like, psych. I'm coming. But it turned out to be a good thing because I'm the one that takes care of them. Okay. There we go. Oh, see, I have 2 brothers and a sister. My sister's the oldest. And then I'm the youngest, so it is in my Amazon store. Yes, ma'am. So is the mat. I love this mat. It's so good. I have to get a new one every couple of years, but there is another side to it you could flip over. I just don't, it's like, I usually flip it over when I've just about worn it out. And then I use the other side for a while, and then I get a new one. Because I tend to cut the same size a lot, I get the kind of marks on it. But it takes a long time for that to happen. Several years. So they last a pretty good amount of time. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Okay. Oh my gosh, did y'all see the news about Dollar Tree? Did you hear about the Dollar Tree thing? I was going to do a video on it. Maybe tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have time. Dollar Tree is raising their prices again. They're going from $1.25 to $1.50 or $1.75, depending on the item. And then their plus section is going to go up to $7. So, whoa. That's a pretty big jump. I mean, really, to go from $1 to $1.25 was a jump. But now, they're going to do $1.50 to $1.75. I mean, if they're going to have really nice things, I'm okay with it. But if it's going to be the same stuff, I don't know. I do like that they have a lot more craft stuff now. Like, I like that. I know, right? It's crazy, isn't it? Apparently, they gained like several million new customers when they changed their pricing, which I think is crazy. But apparently so. Yeah, I know, right? I know. It makes you wonder if they're trying to become a Walmart. Yeah. Yeah, Walmart has a really good craft section too. I need to get some stuff. It's supposed to start pretty soon. I don't know exactly when, but very, very soon. Like in the next month or something. It's crazy, isn't it? I do like some of the stuff in their plus section, but we'll see. We'll see what it is. There we go. Right? I know, some are. I know, there are certain ones I'll go in and certain ones I won't, just because the store's always a mess. It drives me insane. Like, if you can't find anything and it's always a mess and there's always stuff everywhere. But I mean, if you're only paying $1, that's okay. But if you're going to be paying more than that, like, they should at least clean up a little. But it's really weird because I think their whole mission was to make it so that you could go in and no matter what you looked at, every single thing was $1. So it's kind of weird. Like, they've gone way off their mission. Well, I tell you, it's really hard for me to find. Like, I'll see really cute stuff that people are getting from the Dollar Tree, and then I'm like, oh, I want to get that, and then I can never find it. So, oh, wow. Yeah. Yep, always. It always goes back to the bottom line. Okay. Always goes back to that, doesn't it? Right. Yeah, I think it is like the extra section, I think it's supposed to go all the way up to 10. But I think they're starting it out at 7, and then they're going to go up to 10. Which, if it's like they have $3, $5, $7, and $10, that's fine. But I keep hitting something down there. Oh, it's my little paint stir sticks. Isn't this pretty? This is so pretty. I'm glad we put the hot pink on the top. It needed it. I think it did need it. The light pink is so light that just adding in that little bit of the hot pink kind of brings it out a little more. It also keeps that black and white from getting too dark and taking over. So usually when I work with black and white, I always make sure that I have, or dark colors, I always make sure I have some lighter colors, just because you don't want it to start to take over and get too dark. Thank you for all those hearts. Black and white, so we need to do pink. Yep, that's what happens. There we go. Yep. They will if they're not careful. And you know what? They've gotten a lot better selection of stuff, so it's kind of disappointing because you know, they're carrying a lot more stuff. But, you know, like you could go in and you could just get a whole bunch of stuff and it's like $30. But if they start really increasing it, then, you know, pretty soon it'll be $60. And you might as well just go to wherever. You think Mama's going to keep this one? She probably will. But she is kind of stockpiling on Reese right now. She's going to have to pick a few. Yeah, me too. I don't like that greediness. I hate money. I think money's terrible. I mean, I know I need it to live, but it's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. Wow, this is pretty. Okay. So I am curling up all, like making a little hole in all of the little ties so that when we put the greenery on, we'll have a nice little place to put it. Oh, this ribbon is just so pretty. Now you see how nice and thick that is? I like thick. I like them to be super full. I don't like the, like, kind of lean. But I really like the mesh. So I like a lot of mesh because I want to see it. I like to see it. Thank you. Wait, what does that say? Okay, so usually I put like 2 rolls of mesh, but I added an extra one on this one. I didn't use the whole roll, but just because I wanted that extra color. But usually I only have 2 in it. Let's see, is this one supposed to be? No, this one is the top. But we're gonna, okay. This one is gonna be the top. Right, okay. I know. Even Target has a dollar section. So. There. Ugh. I've never been a fan of the Dollar Tree mesh though, because by the time you put the amount of mesh in it to make it look good, then you might as well have bought regular mesh. Oh, sweet. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this is one of our favorites. The double ruffle, woodland ruffle. Because it's so nice and full. Just makes a great wreath. And these colors. I got another one I did. It's this. And I have the hydrangea ribbon. Oh, it's so pretty. But I had to find my hydrangeas. So, the mesh came from Craft Outlet. That's where it came from. Just craftoutlet.com. The black and white is a metallic striped mesh. This pink is a fine weave mesh, and this is a metallic deco mesh. Thank you. I like it too. This is one of my favorites, I think. This Sign & Ribbon set is definitely one of my favorites. Okay. we'll have to touch a lot of the ribbons again. So if your ribbons are kind of not exactly where you want them to be, don't worry, because you generally have to kind of redo them, because as you're reaching over, you're going to be smashing things. Okay, now, good. All right, so I'm putting this one on the bottom because, look at that. Isn't that aggravating when they do that? And you know what the worst thing is? They had it marked. They still sent it out. But it's okay. If you have something like that, then what you do is you make sure that one is going to be on the bottom. And then you'll never see it. Absolutely. So you see, when I put it in here like this, then you can't see it. Right, so it'll hide the fact that it has that flaw in it. So if you ever have a piece of mesh that has a flaw like that, just, you know, put it in at the very end, because everything will kind of start to smash together and it'll hide little flaws and things. Same thing if you have ribbons and you have like a little flaw in it, just put it like, cut it so that it's in the middle of the tie, things like that. Okay. Yes, make sure to subscribe and follow. I always forget to say that. Did y'all notice if you're on YouTube and you're watching somebody, and if they say like, the little like thing flickers, and if they say subscribe, the little subscribe thing flickers? I think that's cool. The littlest things amuse me. You okay, Bugbear? Yeah? Is your leg bothering you, baby? Yeah, I know, baby. Bella tore her ACL. Poor thing. Yeah, sometimes it is frustrating when they send you a piece and it just has that awful part in it. But just be sly and slip it in the bottom. You'll never notice. And it was just that one piece, so they probably just meant to cut that piece off and didn't. It happens. Okay, so you can see how full and compact it is. So it will hide it. There we go. So we pull up both sides. All right, now we can kind of, oh, and I need to get my glue going here. We can work on our ribbons here. Get them kind of where we want them to go. There. All right. So what I'll do is kind of pull them up like this, so that they'll come up out. So that's why I put that little bit of curve in it. It's just going to make it a little bit easier for you to pull them up like that. Hey. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. There we go. Sometimes they stick to each other. So you see how you can just kind of pull it up and almost like a little flower, and then you'll be able to see them. Like that. Otherwise, they'll want to kind of hide down in there, especially when you have something this full. And I love ribbon, but sometimes I just want it to be a complement and not the main character, right? So I want everything to show and not just one element. All right, so now we'll kind of do the bottom here. Okay. That. I'm just kind of spreading them out like this. And I'll kind of almost like X them a little, just so you can see the pretty ribbon. I love these colors together. These are awesome. And this ribbon, it kind of feels silky, but it is a canvas. So it has kind of a silky feel, but it operates like canvas. And so do these. This one's a really nice thick one, this black and white stripe. And the other two are canvas as well. So they're really nice. Nice ribbons. Sometimes I have to get the silky stuff because that's the only thing they have the design in, but boy, I don't like it. It's not my favorite. I like the canvas much better. How about y'all? Y'all like, what kind of ribbon do you like? Have you seen all the new ribbons that they have that are like double-sided? They're rather pricey, so you kind of have to be careful with what you use them in, but look at this. So they're carrying some of these double-sided ones. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? That's that sign I had y'all look at with the trellis. This is what started me off on the hydrangeas. This isn't the ribbon I got because this ribbon is very pricey, but see how it's double-sided? Alright, let's see. Let's do a bow. Then we're going to put some of these pretty florals in, and we got to put our sign in. Alright, let's see. So should we put the sign? I think we should put it like right in the middle. I like that. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to do, so this is like a license size. I like these, especially for, if I'm going to do a grapevine, this is the kind of size I like. I like canvas too. I do too. I love the double-sided ribbon. It's really pricey though, so you can be careful how you use it. And like, when we did the, what did we do? We did the, oh, the one from Deco Exchange, and we just did like the one big bow. That's a great way to use that really expensive ribbon, because then you're not using as much, but you get like the feel of it, and it gives that presence of that ribbon without it becoming ridiculously expensive. Yeah, you can't dovetail them. You can, but so what I do is I use them as an accent in the bow. I don't use them on tails. I wouldn't use them on tails because honestly, they're not good for that. They're really good for adding like drama to your bow. That's pretty much it. So I tend to use it sparingly because for one, it's really pricey. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of turnover, but sometimes it's hard not to because it's so thick. Okay. Alrighty. You can dovetail them. Look. Okay. Let me show you. You can dovetail them. See? So you can. But I would not use them in a wreath as tails because it's so thick, okay, that, you know, to put it in, it would really kind of, one, overwhelm your wreath, and it would be hard to get them in, all of them. So it's really made for adding into bows. It's really what it's for. Or that's what the purpose was originated from. That's all I'm using it in. Because, no. Alright, so I got my weaving needle. Okay, just gonna... So this is just 26 gauge wire. So I punched holes in the side and put 26 gauge wire in. Then I just use these plastic weaving needles to put it down through the mesh. It's not going to hurt the mesh. See, then you see it comes right up. And then it's easy just to twist it around the frame. Like this. I do kind of pull it snug. You want your sign to kind of float on top. Look, it's even pretty from the back, y'all. This is even pretty from the back. That's crazy. Okay. There we go. So see how you just kind of want it to float on here? You don't want it to smash anything down. So that's kind of the trick, is just to be careful to not smash it down. See, there it is. So much faster. Me too. Yeah. I agree. I like the canvas. I love the canvas ribbon. Look how stinking pretty that is. See how that ribbon just complements the sign? Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. All right, let's make a bow. I always make a bow even if I'm not going to put it in the wreath. I will make a bow. Because, for one, I want to use up all of it. And another thing is that if my mother wants it, she's going to want a bow to match it. So, it is pretty from the back, right? That's cool. Thank you, Mercy. All right. So, we'll start with a dovetail. Let's do maybe like a 10-inch tail. Okay. And we'll do 6-inch loop. I love this bow maker. So 6-inch. See, and all you're doing is pulling your ribbon across, go down in between your little pegs here, and you twist it on one side. So I always twist it on the side that I'm getting ready to make the loop. Right there. I could have made the tails a little longer, but I think I kind of like that length. So we're going to do 2. There we go. Alright, so one thing that's important to know is that there are no rules when you're making these bows, right? So generally people tend to do 2.5, 1.5, 2.5, 1.5. You don't have to do that. This is our focal ribbon right here. So I want this on the top, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we'll put the black and white in next. So then we'll have kind of the black and white on the bottom and on the top. So it'll kind of pull it all together. Yeah, so I will tell you why I don't use the cable mounts. Here in the South where I live, those things fall off as soon as the sun comes out, because the sun is so hot and hard here that it will knock those suckers off. I have tried everything. Super glue, E6000. No matter what I put on it, they fall every time. So I won't use those. I'll either use wire, or if it's a wood sign, I'll use staples because they just don't do well here. It sure would be nice if they did because they're very convenient, but honestly, it's a whole lot cheaper to do the wire with just a little hole punch. I mean, these are like $8, $9. This is like $2 or $3, and that's it for the whole side. So, all right, I'm all about saving the money. I mean, I love beautiful wreaths and I love putting lots of stuff in it, but it gets to be where it gets so expensive that it's hard for everybody to do that. So I'm not going to do that. We're going to try to find ways to not make it ridiculous. Okay. There we go. This is just a 2-2-2-2-2 bow. It just means 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops. Hey! All right. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love this ribbon so much. I'm obsessed with this ribbon. Alrighty. It just looks so romantic. That's why I like it. Doesn't it just look so romantic? It just reminds me of romance. I just love it. There we go. All right, so now let's grab a zip tie, run it underneath. Okay. They put the Ice Movie Hotel on. I'm gonna watch it. I love that one. All right, then I'll grab a pipe cleaner. All right, so when you're using a bow maker, it makes that little indentation, so it makes it really easy to see, you know, where your zip tie should go, or your wire. So I keep it in that indentation, and then I can make sure that my loops are not going to get out of place. So they're going to stay where they were, right? So if you get it to the end of making your bow, and then you have loops that are a different size, it's because it got off in the center. So if you just kind of recheck it before you tie it, that helps a lot. Just kind of that last line of stopping that. Okay. The other big thing with fluffing is do one side and then the other, because if you're going back and forth, it's real easy to get lost. Okay, so I'll spread my ribbons out first. That way I can get them, you know, where I want them to go. See how we have kind of the black on the bottom and the black on the top, so it kind of pulls it up. Okay. Once I get my loops spread out, then I'll just hold it by everything in the back and fluff it. So to fluff it, I twist it back and forth. I do that so I can get these little pieces pulled out, because that's what will prevent your bow from getting nice and fluffy. We want it to be fluffy. And if it's stuck down in that zip tie, it's not going to be fluffy. So that's why my bows look fluffy, is because I take the time to pull that stuff out. Okay. Yeah, they have this movie about, it's one of the Christmas movies, and it's done in this ice hotel. I always wanted to check one of those out. I always wanted to stay in one of those. I mean, I think it would just be cool. And I always wanted to see the Aurora Borealis. I just think that would be so much fun. I want to see that someday. My husband and I talked about doing a cruise, you know, when we retire. I want to go see Alaska. There we go. So we just kind of pull all of our little ribbons out like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, then we can chop off the excess there. So if you wanted to put it in the wreath, you could, you know, put it down here like this. That's pretty. Okay, let's put some of this really pretty greenery. So this has, it has little bits of pink flowers. It has the little berry picks. It has some of the greenery in it. Okay. Alright. So you always want to spread everything out. That. Okay. Let's see if I want to put a whole bunch in, or if I want to, I think I might want to spread it out a little. Let's get the other one out. This one, oh, this is pretty. This has more stuff on it. See how it has little individual pieces? Yeah, I like that. Pull this one apart. I always pull them apart. One great thing about using things like this is it already has the greenery and everything with it. You don't have to think about it. You just cut it up and put it in. Wow, look at all that. All right. So I really like this one a lot. So I'm actually gonna kind of make a little hook, okay, dip it in my glue, and then remember we made those little like circles with our little ties, and so I'll put it in that circle, and then I can kind of push it down on there. Oh, that's pretty. It's still a little bit longer than I want. Hold on. Let me cut this a little bit. I don't want it to come out too far. So, just... Okay. Right in that tie. There, that's better. Okay. Okay. It's still longer than I want it to be. We may have to really, really cut it up. Okay. See, up here, it's okay if it's longer. But I don't want it sticking way outside of the frame. Ugh. So, I think we may put these longer ones on the top. Okay. There we go. So what it's gluing to is it's gluing to that tie, a little tie. See these little ones here? These are perfect for the bottom. So, I don't know about all that grass stuff, but this I like. And then I just kind of hook it in there. There. See, that's like what I wanted. See, this is really pretty, but you see how long that is? I don't want it to go too far beyond. Because when you're doing a wreath, you want to draw your imaginary line. You want to stay within that line. So... if you start putting it way out, then a lot of times you'll have to keep adding stuff to get it the line right. So I don't always want to do that. So if I have things that are longer, I'll tend to put them on the top. And then I'll put the shorter things on the bottom. Okay. I'm not going to put a whole lot in it. I just wanted to put a little kind of, just kind of soft pinks. No Alaska for you. I just want to see it. My parents went. They even walked on a glacier. I just thought that was so cool. So, I want to do that. Like, I want to walk on a glacier. It's kind of scary, but I still think it might be fun. I want to do it before I get too old to do it. You know? That's the thing. If you're going to travel, you got to do it while you're young, because if you wait too long, then you won't be able to do it. I'm so glad my parents did it when they did, because, you know, they couldn't do it now. But they did then, and they enjoyed it. Okay. There we go. All right. Get some of this mess up here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I like these here. These are super cute. All right, let me cut that off. Okay. Okay, so you can rearrange these things if you want to fit the way you want them to look. And then I can just put them right in there. That. Okay, I like these a lot. These are so cute. Okay. There we go. Okay. And what I'll do on this top part here is I'll take some of this greenery here from the other pick. I'll add that in. Give it a little bit more of a natural look there. So we've got all these little pieces like this. These little pieces. They are not coming out of there. I'm going to have to cut them out. Okay. These. Okay. You always want to bend and move your greenery stuff and your florals. Let's start putting them in. So then it kind of makes it look like it goes together, but together better. Bleh. Florals is kind of like a layering thing. So the easiest way to get your florals to look really good is to use layering. Okay. Then you can, you know, kind of reevaluate it as you go, and it builds on and starts to look, you know, more natural and like it should as you continue to go. Thank you. I like it too. There we go. I mean, honestly, it's pretty even without the florals. So you could do it either way. You could do it with the florals, without the florals. Boy, these things are stuck together. I like these little ones. Look at that. That's so cute. Put that one in here. Okay. Bella's still snoring back here. She's like, I'll see you at the end. Okay. All right. I like these leaves. When foam stuff first came out, I didn't like it at all. It's grown on me, but it took a little while. I didn't like it at first, but now I do. Now I like it. Okay. Got these here. Let's see if that's going to be, might be too much. Let's see. I kind of like it though. There, that's good. Okay. Let's put these little ones in. Then I think we'll be good. Here. There we go. See how you just kind of layer stuff in, and then it starts to come together. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Let's do this. This one's cute. There. If you end up with a lot of glue strings, just get out your hairdryer on low and just kind of go over it, and they'll just disappear. So, okay, so that is so frustrating. I'll come in, you know, and I'll see the wreath on the door, and I see all the little glue, and I'm standing there pulling them off. Just get out your hairdryer. Don't do like me. Just get out the hairdryer and do it before you put it on your door. Because once it gets on your door, it's going to aggravate you. Okay. Let's see. Like that. Let's put this one right in there. Okay. There. So see, we didn't put a ton. Now you can put more, you can put less. There's really no rule. I just wanted to have a little softness in it. Okay. All right. I got the ribbons from my wholesaler. It's a sign of ribbon set I made. Oh my gosh, how pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? See, it just has that little soft detail to it. So it's not overpowering. It doesn't have a ton. It's just a little bit. And you see how we still have our line, right? So when you're doing florals, that's what you're doing. Keep that line. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. All right. That was fun. So I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow or not. It just depends on what time Turner gets here and stuff. So. Pink bicycle wheel. I'll look and see if I can find one. It's so pretty, isn't it? It says welcome. I know it's backwards, but. I'd never sell my wreaths. But you can buy the satin ribbon set. I could have someone in my group make you one. I'm terrible. I don't sell them. I just make them to show people how to do it. It's pretty, right? I know that's crazy, right? Yeah, I donate my wreaths. I do. Yep. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go to a craft fair and I'll sell a whole bunch of them, but yeah. It's because it's hard for me to ship and stuff because I take care of my parents, so yep. I'm crazy. I know. All right. I think that turned out great. You know I don't do very well with days off. I just had days off. You want one just like this. Oh, it's at RCL Signs and More, like RCL. It's Ross, Carson, Lori. Those are my children. I'm Lori. So that's where you can get it. Yep. Awesome. I love this. All right. I hope y'all have a great night. And I probably won't be on tomorrow, but maybe I'll see if I can find something to put up. So y'all have something to watch. I found a whole bunch of videos that I had never put up. So I've been putting some of those up. I can show you what it looks like with the bow. You want to see? There we go. Isn't that pretty? So we always put the bow on our stairway or on our mailbox. Yeah, it's pretty. See, if you drive up from Alabama, you can have it. All right, I hope y'all have a good night. And I will see you guys. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll for sure see you Friday. Okay? All right, y'all have a good one. I'm in Lexington, South Carolina. So, all right, y'all have a good one. Bye, y'all. You can always message me. Bye, y'all.